Hi everybody, thank you for tuning into another video. Today we're going to be unboxing and comparing the Logitech K400 Plus keyboard to the older model of the K400, which was a non-plus version. I've purchased this one. It was on a deal on Amazon for 19 quid. And the reason why I bought it was because the old one has died, unfortunately. So I've had this keyboard for an extremely long time. I can't remember how many years, but it must be close to 8, 9, maybe 10 years ever since it came out, and it's been used and abused. Really, really handy keyboard. Great thing about it is it's got the trackpad on it, and if you're switching between machines, then you don't want to keep plugging a mouse and keyboard in. Sometimes you want to get a quick job done. Trackpad allows you to do that. It's got a little mouse button there as well, so very convenient to hold. Use a trackpad, mouse button there, and a bit of typing. Not the best typing experience, but it gets the job done for a quick go. And because I've got quite a few different machines, I've got 4 Intel Nukes, I've got a main PC, which doesn't get used on the main one really, but a media center PC, the Xbox, PlayStation, TV, it does get plugged in now, a lot of devices, and it was very well used. So very handy to have a keyboard like this, and it's no longer working. I'm going to go ahead and open the new one just to show you. The old one, it used to have a little storage compartment here as well, so you'd slide the unifying receiver in there, and then obviously you'd close your battery cover and your receiver would also be safe. So you can see the little receiver logo printed on the battery cover there as well. So all in all, very practical and useful design, especially again, building PCs, building customer PCs, plugging these things in and out of computers that you have in the house. Very useful. So there's a new one, K400 Plus. I'm just going to go ahead and quickly cut the tabs on this one so I can open it up and get it out. And I don't expect there's going to be some cosmetic differences. I don't expect any major differences, to be honest. So we'll just compare the two, see what changed. And if you've got the old one and for whatever reason deciding to try and upgrade to the new one, maybe this will help you to make a decision as to whether you should spend the extra or not. As I said, it was on deal on Amazon for £19. A great opportunity to buy a replacement keyboard since the old one has stopped working. So first thing I noticed about this one, at least, and I don't know if there was a model of the K400 that had it, was the back is grey or very dark grey color compared to the my old one, which was white. So immediately welcome that sort of all dark sort of colored design, all grey design. First impressions, it's pretty much the same keyboard. It's definitely the same size. There's nothing really changed there. It must be the same sashi overall. This is a more of a black color, where this is grey and yellow. So I like the color combination here, the grey and yellow. I'm a great fan of grey and yellow combinations. I think they go extremely well. So this is a very nice looking keyboard. Now let's just have a look at the sort of the key layouts. I noticed some differences, significant differences. So first thing, media buttons have moved on top of the trackpad over here. The trackpad is roughly in the same position as the old one. There's not as much of an inset. This one had more of an inset, so your fingers will kind of find the edges of the pad. This one, it's a little bit more flush with the actual surface of the actual rest of the keyboard. The buttons there as well, nice click to them. The buttons on the old one were a bit taller overall, and you could see the left mouse button, the main button, was a bit larger than the right one. Here now what you've got is you've got 2 mouse buttons the same size. I don't know if it's just because this one was extremely well used or not, but this button does feel a bit dead, where these ones are obviously very fresh. You've got the mouse button here again. Glad to see that that one mouse button has remained. This button here in this position is extremely useful, because when you're holding the keyboard like this, you're using the trackpad with your thumb, you can click away with your left mouse button right there. You don't have to keep doing this weird stuff here or double tapping. You've got your mouse button right there. That is very, very useful. Okay, so the rest of the keyboard then. The main keys, one thing I noticed, so just talk about this sort of design, right? Logitech created this almost chiclet style design on the traditional keys, where the actual surface of the key was a little bit, to give it a bit of a raised and chiclet style appearance, was a little bit smaller than the rest of the actual keycap. So the base of the keycaps are the standard full width, the actual tips of the keycaps are a little bit small, literally a millimeter or two small around each edge, and it creates this sort of chiclet design, as you can see there. The old keyboard, the function keys were more raised than these keys. So if I hold it this way, you can probably see that the function keys are a little bit more raised. What I noticed on the new one is that doesn't really seem to be apparent. Got a more of a flat look here. All the keys are the same height. Good or bad, I don't know. It was nice to have the raised function keys because you could, without really looking, you could tell you've hit the function key, especially when you're dealing with small keys. The new one, you don't really get that sort of differentiation. It's just, yeah, they're flat. So that's one main difference. Another major difference I notice immediately is the shift button here. Now you've got the largest shift button here. Here, you had a smaller shift button, but you also had a nicer sort of layout for the actual directional keys. So up, down, left, right. You had 4 full-sized keys, where here your up and down are more of a laptop style crammed implementation, where the page up and page down or up and down cursors are actually combined. I don't know, not really feeling that at the moment, to be honest. More of a fan of the full keys, just personal preference. What else is there? See, again, you've got your sort of pseudo chiclet style layout. The edges of the keyboard. So what you notice here is the keys on the ends are curved off now, so they're smooth all around the edges. You've got smooth finishes. Where on the old one, when I bring that up just a minute, you'll see they were squared off everywhere. So this is a very smooth finish that does feel very nice. The older one, as you can see, again, they weren't smoothed off. They were just completely squared off. They were sharper around all edges. There was no real smoothing going on there, no real refinement there. Just very functional. So what else is there? The Alt GR, the controls are the right control, right Alt, a little bit smaller there for whatever reason. They're not full size. They're a little bit crammed in. On this one, again, they were full size. And I think, I don't know why they've had to make it a bit smaller. Maybe there's slight spacing or sizing difference in the rest of the keys. But these are definitely smaller than these. Not a big problem. Don't really use these. Use the ones on the left hand side mainly. That's where the fingers normally fall. I don't really use these keys. Enter key, exactly the same. Everything else is pretty much the same. Some more sort of, how should I describe them? Mobile oriented keys here. So the box does say Windows, Chrome OS, and Android. Now, interesting thing here then is, from an Android perspective, is you've got your back button, you've got your home button, and you've got your menu buttons there as well. One of these, I suppose. Or mind you, the app shifting is that one, isn't it? It's that one. So these are sort of mobile device orientated keys. Interesting thing though is it doesn't have Bluetooth connectivity, so you've got to get this connected into your phone somehow first with a dongle or adapter. Maybe you're using, I don't know, an Android TV box. That's probably where it will be more useful. Shield, something like that maybe. Then this would definitely be useful. You'd be using these. The old one did have a home button and it did work. New one's got the home button and a couple of other keys as well. Media keys there, so you've got some shortcut keys, I suppose, and integration of some media keys by default, which the old one did not have. So also nice to see them. I guess it is a sort of media orientated keyboard. It definitely says media on the box, Media K400 Plus. So if you've got this connected up to your sort of home theater PC or something like that, these sort of keys would be useful. Let's go to the back of the device then. So this here is going to be a battery tab. So I'll just pull that out and that will turn the keyboard on. There's no lights anywhere. There was no lights on the old one. There's no lights here. You just take for granted that it's on. There is an on-off switch. So the on-off switch here, this is, yep, standard on-off switch. Nothing special. Let's compare that to the old one. So the old on-off switch, again, red off, green is on. Same sort of setup. Battery compartment seems to be a bit shorter, so this is going to be interesting. Now, this thing claims 18 months of battery life, right? 18 months. So what they've done there is they have kind of integrated the battery compartments. The battery is going in. This one was a more open design. All the while they have actually managed to keep a storage slot for the receiver, which is great because that is very useful, especially when you're switching between devices and you're not leaving it plugged in anywhere, and you want to make sure that when you do pull it out and you need to go to a machine, that receiver is always there plugged in, ready to go, or available. At least you know where it is. You're not fumbling around looking for the receiver. So there you go. Nice. K400 Plus. What batteries does it come with? GP alkaline, good old standard, freebie batteries, nothing special there. And there we have it. So that covers on. You got your rubber bumpers there at the bottom to give you some traction. It's not going to slip around when it's on the table. Nope, it's not. Same with the old ones. The old bumpers were a bit bigger by the look of it. Yeah, they've cut down on that. I wonder how much pennies they're saving by reducing the bumper size to half. They look like they've reduced approximately half. Right, there you go. Probably not much more to say on that then. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. Other than that, if you've enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up and don't forget to hit the subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, take care, and all the best.